Hi, it's Mark from Mark the Cyberbeast. Today, I'm making up for yesterday. I caught some crap that I showed you guys how to customize the look on your screen, but I just kind of glanced over how to customize the license plate. So since today is Cinco de Mayo, you're watching this on 6 de Mayo, the 6th of May, but I'm recording this on the 5th of May. So before I go ahead and show you how to customize the license plate with your state's plate, which I'm going to show you how to do that really super easy, I'm going to make myself a Cinco de Mayo margarita. Now, I kind of did a lame job of salting my rim, but I'm somehow going to make a margarita with a selfie stick in hand, which is not very easy. So, I have my Cybertruck powering my blender, as you can see. Gonna pour a little amount of, that's gonna hurt, tequila in there. I'll be feeling that for a few days. And I decided to go with a strawberry margarita mix for a little sweet tooth. Okay, so now we'll pour it in our strawberry mix. And just so I don't make a mess, I'll put the cover back on it. Okay, it's time for a ciderita, not a margarita, a cyberita. And I always suggest a Vitamix for this. Vitamix just crushes that ice. Now, if I do this correctly, the license plate will come out easy on its first run. And you're gonna see, having a margarita or a cyberita, look at that, perfect pour. Look at that. Hang on a second. Perfect to the very, very top. Look at that. Okay, that means that I'm gonna be able to replace this license plate with a South Carolina one really easy because everything's going my way on Cinco de Mayo. Oh, that's strong. I like it.
So you can reuse the USB stick that you used for the other wrap project. Again, just format it in a FAT32 and go ahead and create a folder called license plate. I capitalized the L and the P. I'm not sure if it requires it, but I went ahead and did it anyway. So go ahead and put that license plate folder into that USB drive. And then within that folder, we're going to put the license.png file. Now, how did I get that license plate? Simply went to Google. I put in blank South Carolina license plate. You would just use your state. Blank Florida license plate. And you'll see a couple different options. So I found one right here on the right. And it's already a PNG file, but it's a large one. So we're gonna have to resize that. No problem, that's easy to do. I'll show you how I did it. So all I did was I downloaded the South Carolina plate and then we worked with it from here. Now you can edit it with any photo editor like Paint or anything else like that. I happen to use Snagit Editor because that's what I'm used to. And if you look, you'll see the default size of this is a whopping 2500 by 1294 pixels. Way too big to use, okay? So what I did was I changed this size down to the acceptable use. Now the size needs to be 420 by 200 as an absolute biggest size. So when I went to resize it, I started off with 420, but then it had it at 204. So easiest thing for me to do was change the second number to 200, which is the maximum size there, and reduce the other one from 420 down to 386. Not a big deal. It can be less than, it just can't be greater than, okay? So just make sure neither of the two numbers exceed the 420 by 200. You always remember, once you do that size, you have to make sure you save this as a PNG file format. So on my software here, I went to File, Save As, and I made sure it saved it as a PNG format, and you'll see this file is quite small. Again, I saved the file underneath the license plate folder in the root of the USB drive and called it license. Again, it's a PNG format. You'll see the size is 37 kilobytes, which is well within the max. Now, as a side note, The ability to do this came out in the holiday update of 2024. So really, this is only about 6 months old. So if you haven't really done this yet with a customized license plate, and instead you just went ahead and put your license plate in without doing the custom plate, you'll see that this has only been around for like 6 months. Now for some of you, you may have had your truck for 6 months. But for the rest of us, we've had it over a year, and it's only been in there for half that time. So once you have license.png underneath the license plate folder in your USB drive, you can now safely eject it and plug it into the USB port of your truck. That, again, if you have a USB hub, make sure it's one that's designed for the Tesla, and go ahead and stick it in, and we're going to go to the truck and show you where to go from here.
Okay, so just like before, we're gonna go straight to the toy box, and we're gonna go to Paint Shop, go to Customize, and we're up at License Plate. We're gonna create your own. Now we're gonna look at the background. And what you'll see, you have a couple different choices if you haven't been here already. You can choose one of these beautiful sunset or sunrises, some of the cyber ones, or the one I have here, South Carolina. And you can go ahead and, I went ahead and put the numbers on there, and I probably shouldn't have. Or you can actually just delete it and go with what's on there. So you can go to number and delete it, and go with what I went ahead and put on there, or you can go with the white. So let's just go with that for now.
Okay, so if I move my truck around, you should see the license plate in back, but because I used black text, because I did it on my own instead of doing it here in the truck app, it's hard to see the black. So what I'm going to do is change it and put the license plate numbers in on the truck as you should do. Uses a white font, make it a lot easier to see, and that's my goof up. You definitely let the numbers get put on the Cybertruck. Don't do it in your Paint or whatever photo editing software that you're using.
You can also see it right over here. So that's how you go ahead and create your own license plate. And that's it. That's how you create your custom license plate with your state. Just go ahead and dig up your state from Google and go ahead and edit it. Make sure you have the correct size on there, and you're good to go. So happy Cinco de Mayo. Hopefully you're not hungover, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. But as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you then.